Hello and welcome to the Illustrious Magic Podcast. I'm your host eternal, Steven Santana. Joining me today, Brendan Ryan.
Trevor Thompson!
No longer a cyborg.
Cameron Thompson!
Cameron Thompson.
That was so shocking.
It was an ambush.
No, it's not. Okay, fine. Yep.
They call him Trevor Thompson.
What are you doing?
So this is like a weird interim podcast because I shut down. I didn't shut down the account. I took off the subscription account, so all of our backlog is there, but people just can't access it because it costs money to log on to that account or to keep being subscribed to like the international fee, and I can't really do that right now.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about? It's
We're so out of
SoundCloud?
janitorial. Yeah, SoundCloud.
Oh, okay. You didn't say that.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
we were just like...
I'm sorry. I'm also in a weird interim period because, as you guys read, the list of rules and regulations that I have to subscribe to. I think you actually didn't.
I did not.
No, okay.
What an asshole.
You can read them.
The terms of service,
Terms of service,
as it were.
Wait,
for
you
for
read
life.
those?
No,
Oh.
I was given to them by my parents.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Well, let's make this the sad cast.
Let's make this the sad cast. No, it's not the sad cast. So yeah, this is actually our first time doing video.
It's
okay.
Okay.
Don't worry
Alright.
about it. I
Alright.
got this all.
It's not our first time doing video. It's probably our first time doing video successfully.
We'll see if it's successful.
Yeah.
But no, this is our first time doing video. It's not widescreen, I know, which sucks. I'm going to try and figure that out because that camera should be widescreen because, god damn it, it's 2015.
Yeah.
So, Brendan, we saw a movie called Mr. Holmes.
Yes.
You were, like, kind of lukewarm on it.
I like it even less now that I've
Really?
had time to think
Wow.
about
Oh,
it.
Better
Yeah.
or worse than Godzilla? Don't lie to yourself. Was there any cosmic breath?
It was more boring than Godzilla.
Then, well, there we
Wow.
go.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I didn't like it.
Well, I mean, I could
I
understand
tried to
that.
sway the vote there if you couldn't tell, but I feel like that was his honest answer.
Whatever. It was treading oak, just being okay. Like, I thought it was good, but it was like...
It was
So if you don't know, Mr. Holmes is basically Ian McKellen, who plays Magneto and a bunch of other roles. He's a very famous actor, very good.
Although you just chose the most random role.
He is portraying in this movie an older Sherlock Holmes. He's 92 in the present timeline, but it kind of jumps between 3 different time periods. There's like the present, which for this movie is the late 40s.
yeah,
I
47.
would say. Yeah, okay. And then it jumps between like a year earlier, and then it also jumps between like 10 years earlier, maybe. I think. 10 or 15.
Did Ian McKellen play all 3
Yes.
roles?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like Ian McKellen is like a really old dude. Like you think of like your great grandfather and how his room smells.
like
and how
older
he
than
can't get
Ian
up.
McKellen.
He's
Ian
dead.
McKellen?
Yeah.
Yes, older
Yeah.
than Ian McKellen. There's one time period which is the earliest that Ian McKellen is like basically himself almost because there's like no makeup.
Yeah.
Because I didn't notice.
Yeah, he just looks the same.
Yeah.
All 3 time periods.
He looks a little bit different. I noticed the older makeup in like the oldest time.
So he's like
I
supposed to
did
be,
not.
like 30 and
I
he's
did
like
not notice.
No, no.
McKellen age.
He's like 92, then it's probably 91, and then in the earliest is probably like late 70s.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
70s, probably somewhere around there. But
See, I didn't notice any difference in
No.
makeup.
Okay.
Except the only real difference is that his hair was like done nicely when he was younger,
well,
and
and
then
he had
as
more
he
of
got crazier and crazier, it got like weirder.
crazy.
But
There's a correlation between age and crazy. The level
but
of crazy.
what he did do, which like it's like on paper the movie was good. It's an interesting concept, and they had a great cast. Like everyone who was in that movie did a great job at acting, and especially him because he didn't look that much different between the 2 major age differences.
But the ways he portrayed it.
But the way that he held himself, it was just like completely different energies. So you were never confused because when he was old, he could get out of bed, but it was a struggle. But then when he was younger, he was like
Walking
moving
around.
and stuff like that. Yeah, a lot more independent and stuff like that.
Holmesian energy to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, the premise of the movie is basically he's living like not in London. He's in like some fucking butt crack place in England, taking care of bees. And he's got like
trying to find out why all the bees are dying.
Well, that's like a subplot.
Isn't that the greatest mystery of all?
It's a subplot that they talk
the mystery
about
of our
and then
time.
just never.
No,
Actually, it's
watch
don't die.
Oh, I thought he was talking about the big
No.
problem.
No.
Okay, well,
Why are the bees disappearing?
The bees are a very small subplot.
by the end, I
Mr.
pretty
Holmes,
much
maybe we
checked
should
out.
save that for the scientists.
Yes, whatever. But no, the main premise is he's old. He's forgetting this one case that drove him to retire.
By the way,
What?
if it's about why the bees are dying, like what you're talking about,
What?
it just got even dumber.
No,
Go
it's
ahead.
just-
The bees.
I'm
Go
not
ahead.
talking about the bees anymore.
No, I'm just saying that subplot was really stupid.
Whatever, no one
then.
heard
It was
that.
whatever.
Well,
no,
you
the
should
dumb
speak into
subplot
the
was the
microphone
Japan
there.
subplot.
They were okay. Go ahead.
There are a lot
Just
of
go
Was that
ahead.
Godzilla?
Yes.
Yes.
They actually
Oh.
they visited Hiroshima, which was
Sherlock
the
versus
predecessor
Godzilla.
to Godzilla.
What?
But he was actually in Hiroshima.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, he was.
Hiroshima, the nuclear tests, or
Why
what
was he in
caused
Japan?
Godzilla to become Godzilla?
Please tell me.
No one. Okay.
Did you not know?
Does she know Hiroshima was not
Hiroshima.
a nuclear test site? We destroyed it.
I know, but it was the predecessor of Godzilla.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, there were lizards there.
No, they dropped him into the ocean. I thought, and it was the.
They dropped Godzilla
No,
into
no,
the
it was the.
Was
It
this
was
before he got big?
All right, guys. Can
What?
we
Not talk about Godzilla?
can we not do?
It's a bad movie.
So is this apparently.
No, it's fine.
No,
It's-
it sounds like
it's
it sounds honestly like a hot street trash.
Yeah?
From what Brendan told me last
Oh,
night.
well,
trash.
It is bad.
Brendan didn't like it. I thought it was fine just because, well, the main
'Cause I
annoying
had
parts were the mom and the dude, the son guy. Like, they were just, I didn't enjoy it. I really liked seeing Ian McKellen as, like, this young guy doing, well, not young guy, but, like, a younger...
As young as you can make Ian.
for the
Yeah.
for the 10 or 15 minutes that you saw him throughout
Yeah,
the
it was
entire
good.
movie.
Like, I would have loved to do
Whatever.
a 90-minute film of just Ian McKellen at his age right now, just being Sherlock Holmes as a
Yeah.
older dude doing his own thing. Like, that would be great. That would be awesome. But no, this movie was more, like,
Well, that
sad
was the
and
movie.
lonely and stuff, which was good. But no, did you tell them my fan theory?
Well, no, I mean,
No.
I
Okay.
don't think that we
So,
should. Well,
spoilers.
it's giant, yeah.
Spoilers for Mr. Holmes. The ending is basically he finds out what happened with the case, which was this woman was super depressed because she had 2 miscarriages and she loved the kids so much that she wanted to commit suicide to be with them in the beyond. So he tries to beyond. So he tries to convince
Beyond.
her. Cameron.
No.
That's fair.
I
That's
won't be in
fair.
this fucking cult.
This is where I draw the line. So he tries to convince her to not commit suicide. He thinks he succeeds, totally fails, which I totally saw coming. And so
lame case.
yeah, so
Yes.
the theme,
Yes.
the theme of the movie is basically loneliness, almost like as you draw closer to death, the more lonely
Yeah.
you feel and stuff.
Mhm.
Kind of like that. So another subplot was that he visited Japan. The dude in Japan convinced him to visit it because he told him about this like weird plant thing that had like regenerative abilities, and so of course Holmes wanted to go there to fix his fucking mind so he could figure out what the hell is going on with this case that's torturing him. So the son, or not the son, but the Japan dude had a father who apparently Holmes had come across at some random point in time and had convinced him to stay in the United Kingdom instead of going back to his kids. It was a really dumb subplot, but it pays off in the end where he lies to the Japan dude saying that, oh, I remember your father. He actually served in the British military and helped us
Basically,
win war."
the father used Sherlock. He said, "I'm gonna go work with Sherlock to like save." I don't know. He's just, I'm gonna go work with Sherlock to help him solve mysteries or something like that.
Something like
so it's an excuse for him to basically just walk out on his family.
Yeah.
And so young Japanese dude was like, you took my father away from me. I tricked you into coming here to confront you about it. And Sherlock's like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, he's like, I don't know who this guy is. I'm sorry.
And then in the end,
He
he
lies.
decides that
Which is what he should have done with the woman.
giving the man the truth about his father leaving him is not as good as like
Giving him a happy ending.
killing him.
giving him a happy ending.
Which is what he should have done with the wife. If he had lied to her like about solving the case and stuff, she wouldn't have committed suicide. But because he was like honest with her, she basically went in front of a train and just died.
So sometimes uncovering the truth isn't always the best course of action.
Because his quote is like something about like everyone deserves like a complete ending or like a complete story almost. And so my idea is, because there's another subplot where he's like bonding with this little kid. The little kid gets
really
struck by a
stupid.
bunch of different hornets and has an allergic reaction, goes to the hospital. My like fan
Did he solve that mystery?
No.
No.
Yeah, he did.
Well, yeah, he did.
It was hornets, not bees.
It was,
Oh, wow.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
It was wasps, not bees.
That was about 10 feet away from the beehive, and
Yeah, that
he
was weird.
spent years trying to find out why the bees were dead, and then he walked 30 feet
to the left.
and it just right away found him, and he's like, "Oh, it's because of this."
Yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah.
But no. So my
That
theory
was
is,
dumb.
after the kid goes to the hospital, the kid dies, Sherlock dies alone, and the mother commits suicide, and that's that true ending. However, because the filmmakers
The director's cut.
Yeah.
the director's cut is that's the true canon ending. However, because of what Sherlock said about how everyone deserves a complete happy ending, the filmmakers took that and decided, well, instead of giving you the brutally honest ending, we're going to give you the happy ending where the boy survives, they get to live happily ever after with the bees doing beekeeping stuff. And so my theory is that that's a lie.
Which would have made it much better, but there's no fucking way they did that.
I know. But this is my crazy theory, is that ending is a lie told to us by the filmmakers to mirror Holmes lying to the Japanese dude about his father.
Meta.
I know, it was very meta.
Or maybe
It was just...
the movie just sucked.
The movie just didn't have a...
It was really,
Yeah.
it was really bad.
So that was Mr. Holmes. It was...
Yeah.
It was okay. Like, I guess I am leaning more towards like a 6.5, maybe. Like, it was just not...
No.
Did
It
you
wasn't
feel
as
like
good as I wanted it to be.
Did you feel like you wasted your money?
No.
Okay.
No.
Do you feel like you wasted your time?
I felt like I
Do you
wasted
ever feel
my
like you're
time
just kind of
more than my
always
money.
wasting your time?
Because it was $6.
Overall with life. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
At the specific intersection, no.
No, okay.
If I had spent more than $6, I would have been really annoyed. I was more bothered that I wasted my time.
Whatever.
It was not... All of the subplots were
hadn't
boring
gone-
and stupid.
If we hadn't gone to that movie, you would have never gone to Margot's and witnessed the Jenga tower of infinity.
Yeah,
That
and
fucking Jenga tower that we played would not fall down.
it would not.
It was like a miracle.
No, seriously, for a solid
They're gonna make
probably
nowadays.
10 or 15 minutes, every time someone went, everyone's just like, well, this is it.
well,
Like,
everyone-
we're done.
Everyone had their phones out and we're trying to like Snapchat it falling.
So many
Whenever somebody
deleted
would
snaps.
do the thing to pull the whatever, do the Jenga. Whenever they would try to do the Jenga,
Yeah, it's a dance move.
yeah, they would have like the phone and be like
Genius.
Snapchatting it and shit,
Just,
but it would never fall. And so people were like, by the end, had just given up.
At one point, like near the end of it, Steven pulled one out and took two out at once.
Yeah, it's probably
He pulled
cheating.
one out,
Your
and
dick-
there was
your dick
another
got
one
real
on
hard
top
with that,
of
didn't
it.
No,
And everyone was just like, what are we
Mine is right now,
witnessing?
so-
He's so bold.
I know. No, I ended up making the tower fall anyway.
Everyone was really disappointed in you.
No, they weren't.
Yeah,
they were happy it was over.
I should show you a
That
couple of
Jenga-
text
that Jenga tower
messages.
was like, God, it would just not like fall down. Like there was just so many points in time where it was like this should not be working,
Yeah,
and somehow it did.
Mhm.
So, yeah, Brandon, what's your conversation?
I want to talk about Pluto.
Okay, it's real.
Yeah,
dog.
it
Oh.
exists.
Still not a planet.
Well, there's still like
No.
It's not a no. Listen. There's
No.
It's not canon.
Well,
canon.
it's more of a planet than we originally anticipated.
How is it? Is it a percentage point?
Yeah, no. Well, listen. All right, so
It just didn't make the mark.
no,
There's a continuum of space rock to planet.
Okay,
Yeah.
Where is it?
No, I'm just making this up.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I totally thought that was real.
Karen's like a NASA scientist.
I know. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
You just
over
say
there.
continuum and everyone takes you seriously. All of a sudden.
they're like,
okay.
yes.
Mhm. So no, talk about Pluto.
Okay, so I don't know. I'm no scientist. I don't exactly know what I'm talking about, but I still kind of
No.
wanted to talk about it because it's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like for the first time ever, we have actual pictures of this thing. Like before,
Did you see the heart?
that's all anyone wants to fucking talk about is, oh, it's so cute. I mean, Pluto has been the sweetheart of this solar system.
Was it not cute?
for
As
quite some time? And
First of all, Neptune doesn't get enough credit.
okay,
I think Uranus.
I want
actually
to
does
hear it. Why?
No,
Uranus.
my
Uranus.
anus gets a lot of credit. No, it's Uranus, by the way.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just saying Neptune's awesome.
Okay.
After the god of the sea, it's a gorgeous blue color. It looks like a marble.
Is there actually what?
It gets a lot of shout outs in SpongeBob.
Is Neptune an ocean planet?
No, it's all ice.
So it's not
No,
communal.
actually, is it a gas giant?
It's gas.
Gas
Yeah.
giant, yeah.
Disappointing.
Okay, so one of the
I was
things
hoping
that
it'd be
I
like
wanted,
Camino.
one of the things that I wanted to talk
No,
about.
The clone.
If we
Specifically,
found liquid water, that'd be a big deal.
That's
that would be pretty huge.
Yeah.
So like one of the things that I want to talk about, which fucking blew my mind. I'm always talking about how much I love math. You guys know this about me. I love.
This is actually the
I don't think I've literally ever heard you.
No, I
first
never
time
heard
I've heard.
I
You talk
am
about this.
just a math
sarcasm.
a math
I
freak.
Okay, I'm starting to understand this now.
No, I'm terrible at math and I hate it. And it's the devil.
Okay.
But
What?
I did a little math.
Okay.
Because
I'm sure
I don't.
it was spot on.
One of the things, it's literally like addition and subtraction.
Oh, okay, yeah.
One of the things that fucking blew my mind that people don't really think about is actually how far away Pluto is, and the fact that we were able to shoot this hunk of metal
using PlayStation 1 technology.
accurately, all the way to Pluto.
Yeah.
Is like finding a literal needle in a haystack the size of a solar system.
I'm gonna say
Like,
10,000 astronomical units.
What?
I actually have
No.
no idea.
Okay, so
Astronomical.
to give you
That's an
guys
actual measurement.
Credits.
to give you guys some
Actual
context,
Okay.
the Earth's circumference
Mhm.
is 24,901 miles.
Okay.
And astronomical units are. Do you guys know?
Yeah, from the sun
No.
to the earth.
Light years?
It's just a measurement that scientists use for space.
Yeah, it's sun to the
okay.
earth.
And that's the
what,
base.
That's what 1 AU is.
That's
yeah.
the base.
It's
Okay.
the metric
All right. Well,
system
I
of the universe.
did not know that. Well, whatever. Some of my measurements will be slightly off. But well, no.
No, you'll be fine.
So 1 AU
Mhm.
is 92,955,807 miles.
That's how far we are from the sun.
If you were to
one AU.
if you were to travel that distance
Hmm.
on Earth, you would have to go around the Earth 3,733 times for 1 AU.
Let's do it.
And Pluto
No.
Uh-huh.
is 39.5 AUs away.
So 10,000 AU, a little bit. I was shooting a little high.
But that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like when this thing was launched,
That's.
So
I was
no.
14 years old.
I don't even remember when this.
I was a
launched.
freshman
God, what was
in
I doing?
high
Oh,
school.
What,
I thought you were gonna
9?
say college, and I was
I
gonna
would've been
probably
9
put
years
you
old.
really smart.
I was 9 years old.
We were using
So I was
Razor phones were the shit.
when I was 12. Were they?
Yes. Well, we were
Really?
12
Wow.
years old.
Damn. Huh. That's crazy.
Junior high.
I keep thinking Razor phones are like 9th grade for some reason.
I hadn't even discovered masturbation yet when that thing was launched.
I was still yet a wee lad.
But like
I broke Brendan right there for a second.
it's crazy though, because like we fucking did it. And I was reading something. The person who planned the trajectory was 70 seconds off from the time she thought that it was going to reach Pluto.
Did they find out why?
70 seconds.
Did they find out why?
All right. I don't know what else to say.
I want to know why. How are
that-
they
no,
70 seconds off? What was
I
it?
don't know. I didn't go
You don't know?
into
Okay.
detail,
Okay,
but like
so
I'm
that's.
interested in that.
But it's crazy. I mean, there could be any
Well,
number
I
of
was just thinking
reasons.
They do the calculations by computer, but they also have NASA usually has an actual mathematician do the calculation as well to double check the computer and make sure they come up with the same answer. And you can only get so accurate when you're traveling 39 astronomical units.
Okay.
So
Because I'm interested in that. Just
you can only go to so many decimal places essentially.
Yeah. You'll always be like, well, it's the human error too. You'll always be like, a little bit off. But no, I'm interested in that part that you just explained because I mean the solar system is very predictable almost because like we know where
Thank God.
a planet like we know where Mars will be a year from now to like the exact like point. Like
In the
we
sky,
know
yeah.
where these like these planets have like followed this system for so long that we know where everything will be at certain points in time.
Solar system.
And there's a lot of things that we take for granted even now, like even small things like when will the sun set? You can look it up and I'll have it down to the minute.
Yeah.
Like this is when the sun will go down.
Mhm.
And I don't know, just those
Still can't
those
predict
little
rain.
those little things like me. I mean, I'm not like I wouldn't even like I don't know much about know
Anything?
space
Oh,
and
okay.
astronomy and anything like that, but I do appreciate it, and just even those tiny little things still blow my mind. Like this thing is billions of miles away, and we fucking did it.
Well, previously we could only see it in like a blur.
Yeah, it was like, seriously, I saw a picture of it. It was like literally just 10 boxes.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like
it was just a bunch of pixels.
Yeah.
Fun fact about Pluto, I'm pretty sure this is true.
Rare fact?
Rare fact.
No. Well, it might be a rare fact.
It has never completed an orbit since it has been discovered.
Wow. Holy shit.
That's how fucking long its orbit is.
That's how long
Isn't
its
it
orbit is, yeah.
the orbit of Pluto, like, sometimes...
It's not regular, I'm pretty sure, too.
Okay, because
It's not like, yeah,
what's the planet before Pluto?
Neptune.
Okay, Neptune and Pluto sometimes, like...
Cross.
Yeah, where, like, Neptune becomes actually the farthest for, like, a bit. I remember that in, like, elementary school. I thought that was
That's
weird.
awesome. But I love hearing about this shit. Like, I don't know much about it, but then I hear shit. Like, I listen to Star Talk every once in a while, and I don't know. Like, sometimes I just get curious. Like, I had written this down before I knew that this was the style of podcast that we were going to do, because I was going to bring it up anyway.
Okay.
So when you told everyone to have a topic, I was like, I got one. That's
good.
But yeah, I just... It's just so cool, guys. Like,
Are you disappointed that there's no mass relay out there?
I was pretty upset.
Yeah.
well, it could be on the
What in the
other
world is
side
that?
of the solar system.
We'll never know.
What is that?
Okay, so Cameron.
You don't know what the mass
It's a
relay is?
Cameron, the mass relay.
Oh, you've never played Mass Effect.
No.
Okay, that's why.
Casual. So the mass relay, Cameron.
Okay.
Is
What's
the
your
thing-
trophy level?
Is
Eight.
I
think it's 8.
is the thing that in Mass Effect lore is used to shoot you at light speed to other mass relays in the galaxy. It uses element 0 to turn the mass of whatever it's traveling to 0, so that it can travel faster than the speed of light. Because as we all know,
That's how they get around it.
The reason we can't go faster than the speed of light is because we have mass. So
In some cases, a lot more than others.
The science
so-
fiction in Mass
and-
Effect games is so solid.
Yeah.
It's so good.
What- read the codex.
The science fiction in Mass
That's what I
Effect.
said. Yeah, the science,
The
of Mass Effect.
Element
magic.
0.
It's
Yeah,
space
no.
magic.
And in
Space
Mass Effect
magic.
lore, like, yeah, we never got a good look at Pluto until we found out that it was a mass relay. It wasn't a planet,
Oh,
wasn't it? Is
Yes.
that what it is?
Yeah.
Pluto was a mass relay.
Oh, I didn't know that whole.
No, yeah, it was.
And-
or no,
and-
was it Pluto or was it one of its like asteroid moons?
wait. They
I don't know.
cover
That's
this
no
in
moon.
the world of Mass. They cover
Yeah.
this in Mass Effect.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was the origin story of like
because
humanity.
and they find Prothean technology on Mars, and then that starts like
yeah.
this ramp, this like
race to
this race to
Space race.
Yeah, essentially.
Huh.
But it's like
Volume
different
2.
corporations, isn't it? Something like that.
Volume 2. I don't know.
Oh, okay. But
Well,
yeah.
Starbucks.
God, the science in Mass Effect is
coffee.
so
They
like.
got that big into technology.
Some of it is so unnecessary. Like I read there's this one thing that they had in there where it's like, okay, like this is a pistol. This is how guns in the Mass Effect universe work. Apparently, it's just a slab of metal,
It's a
and
thermal
you load in a slab of metal, and then when you point at it, the gun recognizes your target, figures out the distance, the relative gravity of the planet you're on, the spin
I don't know.
of the planet, and everything, and then it
Space
carves out a bullet that's very specific for that one shot.
Yeah, that's how they have to explain the whole like, oh, why do guns work the same on other planets?
Okay.
So
But it's so like it's just like I didn't need that.
Supercomputer.
But
Oh,
it's
no, it
there.
is. No, the
and I'm
the
glad.
code-
honestly, the thing I'm most interested in was why do all the aliens speak English?
Oh well,
Um,
the translator chip in there.
yeah, it's the Doctor Who, the TARDIS
Oh, yeah.
translates everything
In
for
their
you,
ears,
which
yeah,
is why
yeah.
aliens all have British accents.
That's they pulled that out of their ass. You know that. Just
Oh,
like
oh
everything-
yes.
Everything
Oh, yeah.
else in that.
Yeah,
You know
TV
what?
show.
I'm kind of
Okay,
surprised
okay,
you
speak
don't
up.
like Doctor Who because
I
it's
don't.
basically space Sherlock.
No.
It really
No, it's
is.
not.
It is.
Sherlock at least is like based in logic. Doctor Who is. Oh, let's see what we could pull out of our ass today.
Yeah, but it's the same. No, it's the same character.
No,
it's the
it's not.
same type of character,
it's not.
except he's not.
Don't fucking sully.
It's true.
Sherlock Holmes'
I
character.
don't want to watch Doctor Who with you because
Super Wholock,
I
which has Sherlock Holmes within it.
I don't want to watch
1/3
Doctor Who with
is
you
of Sherlock.
because you'll be the worst.
From what I hear,
Hmm.
that movie last night already sullied Mr. Holmes.
It was okay.
The
No.
Sherlock
It's technically
So
fan
no.
fiction, so It's all right.
One massive.
No,
Shut up.
That's definitely canon.
Work
There's
of
a lot
fan
of
fiction
That's
on
definitely
film.
canon
it's
now.
not.
Yeah, it is.
That is
No,
not,
that's
not canon.
No, that was definitely
it's
canon.
Cameron.
You don't get to decide what's canon.
Cameron, what do you want to discuss?
Mine is way less serious or
Dicks.
good nouns.
Shapes of penises. Does it
Insightful.
matter?
No, it's actually
does.
it's a little bit. Well, depend. It might be worse.
All right, hit me.
There's a new survey. There's a new study out about how you act drunk could determine what kind if you have alcohol, if you'll experience problems with alcoholism.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Everyone at the table just looks at me.
The study is if you're drunk all the time, you might have alcoholism.
no. Like your drunk personality.
Yeah.
Could
So what's
predict.
the most volatile?
They went to college campuses, and
That's the best place.
yeah, no, and then they got like
Wow,
they
you're
did
all assholes.
everybody in pairs. So like they could have like someone could rate themselves, and then their drinking buddy or like whoever usually goes out drinking with them can like confirm or.
I want
deny.
to see these conversations.
And,
What were the levels?
No, okay, well, I'm
No,
getting
we're
to that.
gonna improv this.
There were 4 categories they did, like based in pop culture.
Okay.
So the first one was the Hemingway,
Wow.
which basically is you basically don't change at all. You're almost the same exact person drunk as you are sober.
Okay.
Because Hemingway, I guess, was famous for that.
So we're gonna do this with each other, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next is the.
I'm kind of scared to do this.
Next is the Mary Poppins. So you're more or less the same person, but your
We have a large bag.
your intellect, like your
Spoonful
intellectual
of cinnamon
ability,
makes the alcohol
and
go down.
your intellectual ability, and then
Not a
your
spoonful of cinnamon.
self-discipline
Sugar?
goes down.
Wait, but where do they get Mary Poppins from? That
I don't know.
that's weird.
We're doing the next. Now the next
We'll
one.
have to
is
watch that
the-
movie again.
Yeah. Next one is the Nutty
attention.
Professor, which
Oh.
basically is just your self-discipline goes down. That's typically where you're like the introverted person after a couple drinks all of a sudden just becomes the life of the party and just
Okay.
won't shut up, like that kind of person. And then
I
last
want to find out which one of these I am.
last one is the Mr. Hyde, which is basically you turn into a shit show and no one wants to be around you.
Oh my
Mm.
god.
Okay.
Fucking love all of you.
Interestingly, most girls fell in the Mr. Hyde category.
Oh, really?
Most women.
In
College age girls though.
Yeah.
So
in my experience, that lines up.
And then the people who are linked.
With my recent experience that you have, that lines up as well.
Well, yeah.
quarters.
The
Right.
categories are linked with like trouble of alcoholism though. Are the Mr. Hyde,
Yeah.
which is pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Then the Hemingway,
Oh.
the people who don't change really at all.
Oh, well, because then they can justify
Marty
it to
Sleva.
themselves by because then they could justify it to themselves by
So
saying,
I was wondering-
As far as we
entire
know,
time, like-
we've never seen him sober.
That's true.
that's true.
Yeah.
We did see him wasted though. And
Yes.
that
He
was
was still
fun. That was
pretty
fun.
the same.
Yeah, he was pretty. He slurred a lot, but he was
Yeah.
but
But
very show individual.
so the Hemingway and Hyde are the closest to. Is there like one that's the least, like the farthest from alcoholism for the other two?
That didn't really get into that.
Oh,
but,
okay. It was just.
the Mary Poppins and Nutty Professor. were-
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one do you think would be more?
Can you explain the Mary Poppins again? I was talking.
Fuck you, Trevor.
Mary Poppins is almost like the Nutty Professor, but instead, not only
Intellect.
does your self-discipline go down in Mary Poppins, but also your intellectual ability.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
How this relates to Mary Poppins, I don't exactly know.
I feel like I'm the Nutty Professor.
I felt like I was that too.
That's what I feel like.
Well, what was the Hyde? That was the life of the party.
That's everyone hates you.
Oh, okay.
So I think that one's Steven.
I don't know what I am.
It depends on the day.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm
And my
definitely
mood.
either
It depends on the
I'm
day with
definitely
you.
either the Mary Poppins or the Nutty Professor.
I feel like you're the one who then becomes the life of the party, who used to be the introverted to the extroverted. That one. Because when you get drunk, you get like,
I won't shut up.
Yeah, you won't. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, I feel like I'm the Hemingway or the Nutty Professor.
I know. Yeah,
I think I do too.
I know quite.
You seem more like the Hemingway to me. You're chill.
You're kind of the same. You get like a little bit more loud.
Well, okay,
But-
but if I've had a couple drinks and I'm around sober people, I kind of like
chill.
Well, yeah, because I had my friends over here, and you were totally chill. And at one point, I'm like, Brendan, how much have you had to drink? And you go, I'm off the rails drunk right now. And I was like, that was so just eloquent. Like,
but if I were around drunk people, like I think that I kind of do the nutty professor sometimes, like.
Yeah.
It's especially like when I'm in bigger groups, especially I'm real quiet and reserved and stuff like that. And then once I get drunk, I'm fucking.
I was like,
I want to hug everyone.
So like all my friends, I'm like, okay, so this person's Mary Poppins, obviously. This person's Hemingway.
Who's the worst drunk?
don't say a name.
Well, not names, but like
physical features
with the eyes.
No. Like
contact
our
with the
social
eyes.
circle.
I'll cover your eyes from the camera.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't think of a Mr. Hyde right now. I can't in our circle.
Yeah, I can't.
I can think of
Can we
one.
talk about at this table?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right.
I
Yeah.
become the Mr. Hyde.
Not the Mr. Hyde necessarily. You're just the worst one to be around.
He doesn't get mad.
I just said he's the worst one to be around because he just becomes incoherent.
The best was when he drank all that Fireball. Like when I just got in here, and you were just
wasted,
you were like, we should be recording this right now. This is all great. And I was like,
giggling, like
yeah,
incoherently.
you couldn't even get through a goddamn sentence.
Sounds like a Mary Poppins.
That was before.
And then we started talking about music, and you passed out.
Yeah. You were like, oh, so Muse put out a new album, and everyone was like, all right, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I turned around, and it was like, I saw it happening. It wasn't even like you were sitting there, you were bored, and you fell asleep. You're like, I'm going to bed right now. Like I saw him.
Going to talk about music for the next hour, so I'm just gonna go to sleep.
He was like fluffing up the pillow and all this stuff.
Like, all right, goodbye. I'll see you later. No, yeah, it does depend on my mood. Though.
It does.
Yeah.
I've been around you. I'm like, oh, this is a fun Steven drunk, and then I go, wow, I want to.
Of course, the categories are very like limiting. I mean, there's not just 4 different ways that people.
Well, yeah, it's like
they acknowledge that, but
yeah, it's also
I want more because I feel like
want
there's
more categories. Yeah,
they found it interesting though that people who rarely change at all usually have alcohol problems with alcoholism.
Okay,
that kind of makes sense though. Like what he was saying, like you can justify it to yourself, like. Oh, I can go to work drunk. Like,
I already am.
I thought, okay, never mind.
But there's also been a lot of studies and stuff about how like the ambiance of the room changes you.
Yeah.
Depending on how. Like, it doesn't even matter how much
it changes you.
But it's like
I'm looking up.
Like other people's like they just influence you. Like even if you've almost if you've had nothing to drink and yet everyone else around you is drunk, you could become susceptible to becoming and falling into their like personality at the moment. Like if like everyone else at like a party is like super drunk and like flamboyant and stuff, you kind of start to adapt to that and become more like it. Even if you had only like one beer, you start to like, I don't know, it's like that weird thing where it's like they gave these people drinks and told them that it was like, you know, a thing of vodka mixed with something else. And then they gave these people actually did give them the vodka, but the other like they didn't tell them that they gave them the vodka.
And then they gave one person speed. They're like it's a mood suppressant, and they just lost
the Hunger
minds.
Games.
Yeah.
Who will win?
Yeah.
And so like the people who actually drank it but were told that they got water, like were acting like normal, and then the people who got the water and were told that they got the vodka, or were told that they got the vodka, actually started acting drunk. Like it's just that weird thing where it's like the mindset that you put yourself in is what influences you a lot, especially when it comes to drinking.
Yeah.
So I feel like that could also kind of sway like the classes that people could be put into. So that's why we change depending on like our mood or who we're with or what the circumstances are. So, but yeah, so I don't know. It was very interesting.
One time in high school, I heard a story about a girl who broke. Like they were at a house party. I think I might have told you guys this story. They were at a house party and she broke into went into someone's basement and found just margarita mix, and then drank it all.
Yeah.
Drank it all and came up and she's like, I'm so drunk, and like started knocking things off of tables and just like all this stuff. And they're like, you realize you need to add alcohol to margarita mix? And she's like, this one must be different because I'm so drunk. And they're just like, all right, like someone needs to drive her home, I guess.
Oh, man.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Or if she had a hangover. Actually,
probably from the sugar.
I heard about a funny story, or a funny study that was similar to what Steven was saying, where they basically got these two groups, and they gave one group a shot of. They said they were giving them a shot that it was like vitamins, like it would just make them feel better. that there would be no negative side effects or anything like that. And what they actually gave them was a shot of pure adrenaline.
Oh wow!
Oh my goodness.
And they got another group.
How? Well, okay, go ahead.
Sign a waiver.
They
I guess.
got another group.
If we give you adrenaline, you can't sue us. But it's not going to be adrenaline.
No, the waiver probably like.
We can do whatever we want.
I assume they gave them a health screening first. So I was like, are you allergic to anything? Do you have heart problems? Do you have yeah. And then the other group, they gave them the same shot of adrenaline, but told them that the vitamins might have side effects such as, your heart will start beating faster, your vision might get a little blurry and stuff like that. So then they brought these two groups into a room and basically just started playing music and basically got a bunch of other people in, started a dance party essentially, and just people having fun. So the people who had been given vitamins and not the people who had been given adrenaline and were told they were vitamins with no negative side effects started dancing and having a great time because they're just this is just a natural high that I'm having because I'm having fun.
Yeah.
And the other group who knew there were going to be side effects had no fun at all and sat there because they were so afraid of the side effects.
Wow, that's not what I was expecting at all.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be flipped around.
Nope, because they knew the side effects were coming and they scared them so bad that they refused to get up because my heart's already beating fast. If I get up and start dancing, I could
oh my god, that's crazy.
That's funny.
So it was a study to show how afraid we are of side effects and stuff like that.
Mind over matter.
Yeah.
So I gave you. I put a link into the thing about the Ashley Madison hack. So
that's actually what my topic was gonna be because I was stealing it from you.
Fuck you.
You all fucking had one.
I told you to come up with one.
You said this is a potential one, and I chose it.
Oh, I see. All right. Well, Trevor's topic today is about the Ashley. Madison
wasn't yours
hack.
Mr. Holmes or was it not?
It could have been, but I was going to use that one as my main.
Oh, I thought
anyway, talk about Ashley Madison.
All right, so Ashley Madison. So what happened with this? Do you guys know what Ashley Madison is?
No.
Yeah.
It's a
thanks for
spouse.
reading the link.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Cameron.
I didn't read the link either, but I already knew about it. It's a spousal cheating website.
Yeah. Oh yeah, nope, totally no. Yep.
Yeah,
I read this. I just forgot its name because that's just a weird name.
It is a weird name.
Yeah. Okay. I thought we were talking about a person. Yep.
Yeah, it basically enables.
Well, introduce it anyway.
It enables people to cheat.
I'm going to. Yeah, it's basically a website. It's kind of like OkCupid, but for people who are married and want to fuck other people who are married. So there is this hacker that went in, got all the information of these private accounts and leaked it online.
Some of it, not all of it.
Not all of it, yeah.
But was there a threat that more is to come?
Yes.
Okay.
As always.
So
they're trying to build up the hype meter for the release.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Well, they released a shaky cell phone video of it, and then they released the full.
And
thing.
then they bitched about when people were watching.
Yeah, they released a fuck you DC. So so essentially, when I came up with this topic, I was curious to what your thoughts should be on this, because for me personally, I feel no remorse for a single person that got their information leaked, but it's the principle of it. So it's kind of like how with free speech, I like free speech, and me liking free speech means that, or us having free speech means that shitty speech has to be tolerated as well.
Yeah.
And you can't have the government force those people to shut up just because you don't like what they're saying. So that's kind of how I feel about this, where it's
but this isn't the government.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying, as a rule, nobody should get their information leaked online.
Yeah.
So I don't feel any remorse for these people, but at the same time, I'm like, don't do that. Just don't leak people's information.
I don't know.
I have zero remorse for these people.
I have some remorse.
I mean, I have no remorse.
Like
as in what? As in
because there's things about everyone has something that they're not proud of that they don't want getting out.
Okay.
And if it were to get out, just because this is much worse doesn't mean that you feel less remorse.
So you
should feel less remorse. I think that everyone should have their private. Of course, there's the obvious. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and.
You've used the site.
Also,
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I am a member.
well, no, I mean it's just like nobody. No matter what this information is, unless you're breaking the law, like this shouldn't happen to you, no matter what. And like I do kind of feel bad for them because like it's their decision to cheat or whatever, and it's terrible. But like at the same time, that should have been their mistake. Like they should have gotten caught on their own. Like somebody shouldn't have gone out and done that for them because it's not their fucking business. Like what did that one person get out of it? Did they get like money? Like
the hacker?
They got some credit cards or something like that,
they got all the
right?
financial information and the personal information. Just like addresses and credit card and accounts.
Yeah, so once again, I feel no remorse for the people at all. It's just
I think that this guy did worse than what anyone on that site has done.
Nah.
By accessing like there is 37 million.
I mean, it depends what you value, I guess.
Fuck over the bad people, though.
Yeah. Well, the thing I was thinking you were going to talk about.
But not all cheaters are terrible people.
Well,
you know. Like that's you can't make that blanket statement because like sometimes people are just really unhappy and there's all this pressure put on them in society. Yeah, I know, but like some people are conditioned from the moment they're born on this earth that like divorce is terrible. Maybe they have some religious reason.
They have religious reasons to not get divorced, but no religious reason to not fuck other people.
It's the same logic that I can't have sex with you, but you can.
But I can fuck you in the ass, right?
Yes.
I'm not here to like justify their actions. Yeah. I'm just saying that like it's not as black and white as all cheaters are bad, therefore they don't. Like I don't really care, or like I don't feel bad for them. Like some people are in some terrible situation. There's some people that like are scared to leave their spouse.
I was thinking more like you feel bad for the people who maybe had a lapse in judgment and like after a heated debate or something went onto the site to be like, well, I'm gonna screw you over.
This is a weird way to do it.
Fucking someone else.
Most people are like, I'm gonna go to a bar and just fuck a random girl tonight. It's like, no, I'm gonna go and put in my credit card information.
Yeah.
Get the 30-day free trial.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I'm just saying there's
like
more.
What happens,
like not everyone who went to the site like
how heated are you? Just like. Motherfucker.
Well, I don't know. Like some people are bad at like meeting people.
There's P.O. box.
There's just the same as
there's just more shades of gray. I think
50.
Then
what's the CVS code? Oh, I remember.
Oh, that's right. The pack of
it's nothing's ever black and white. It's always like there's always degrees to a situation, and I just wanted to put that because honestly my gut reaction was to be like, well, yeah, like they deserve it.
I'm not saying they deserve it.
Not they deserve it.
That's not in my opinion.
You're right.
I'm saying I don't really care.
Yeah.
That they got fucked over. It's okay. So it's the same thing for me with this. It's like when Anonymous was leaking the personal info of KKK members.
Oh yeah.
That's different.
Is it? Why?
It's still morally
because they're basically a terrorist organization.
No, they're literally not a terrorist organization. That's the thing.
I know they're not now, but like they weren't. They were declared not one recently, but like they're doing terrible things that affect like many people's lives. Not just like there's they're
bad people.
They're dangerous.
Yes, they are bad people. But here's the thing: I feel the same way. Where I'm like. We shouldn't leak their information either, because we shouldn't leak really anyone's information unless they are like
doing it themselves.
Well, no, even then, we shouldn't leak anyone's information at all.
Or they're gonna seriously hurt somebody.
Well, no, but that's the thing. We wouldn't leak that information. We give that to people who can handle that information appropriately,
not post it on Twitter.
like the police. Like not say,
vigilante justice.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Hey, at 911, you should
at 911.
contact this person.
Well, I've done my duty for today.
At Ferguson PD. Hey, can you take out the KKK? No, you can't. Oh, okay.
All right. Well, at least he tried.
I saw that coming.
Well, here's their phone number anyway. No, my thought of it was just two wrongs don't make a right. Like in this, like the service they provide is like an enabler service, which is immoral. I remember I was listening to This American Life, who did an interview with the person who was like the founder of the site and is the leader of it currently, and he was very, suave and businessman like with like, oh well, we don't actually, help them but we provide, a
But we
way for
provide
them."
the space.
Yeah, it's just like one of those.
It's like a drug dealer saying, I didn't get them addicted to the drug. I just provide what they want.
Exactly. I provide a service to them that they use on their own terms. We are not the ones who are telling them.
We
to
don't
cheat.
know what they're doing with the site.
We're not telling
we don't
them
know.
to cheat. We're just saying, hey, if you want to cheat, you could sign up for our
They're
site
playing
and give
patty
us
cake for all I
$15.
know.
Yeah. So it's just like, oh no, it's like no. You guys are enablers. You're helping people do morally wrong things, but it's still a moral wrong to hack financial and personal information and then post it online. It's just like, no. Even if it is for bad people, it's still something that I disagree with on what is it called? God, I almost had it.
On an ethical level?
Yeah, something like that. It was another word, but it's gone from my brain. But no, so Cameron, you were more towards you like
Welcome.
this happened. Yeah.
All right. Well,
So explain why. Why do you?
Because no, I don't. I feel like I've already explained it, or someone has already said it. Like,
Because they're bad people.
well, if you're already doing something that is just immoral, you better be ready for any kind of consequence.
Yeah.
And let's be honest here, most of the population of 4chan's immoral. I'm willing to say actually all of them. So should we?
I'd agree with that blanket statement.
So
yes.
should we necessarily leak all of 4chan's information?
No.
I'm more tempted to say yes.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
But
That's
it's
true.
still no.
Yeah. It's a percentage difference.
It is all shades of gray.
Yeah.
And they're they're
some are
actively
darker.
seeking to do something immoral.
Yeah.
And by the way,
Well, yeah.
on the side, I don't know why actually you would try and cheat on your spouse or significant other via online. I feel like it'd be a lot more clean doing it in person with other people, with people you know.
Yeah, but that makes it so much harder.
Really?
Because you have to be out.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just paranoid because I would think this instantly someone's
Really?
hacking my account or someone.
Really?
Yeah, you're just going to bars and shit like that and
That doesn't-
trying to hook up with people, and then you
No,
come home,
no,
your
no.
wife is like, "Where have you been?" You're like, "Out."
No,
Just
hook
out.
up-
Even if you didn't actually cheat, your actions seem kind of shady.
You do what most people do. You hook up with friends and coworkers. No,
No,
you do,
then they trace it back to you.
Yeah, that always
that's
works.
what.
That
That's
works
what
out
most.
great.
That's how most affairs go.
and
Yeah,
then
I
you
know.
kill them and bury
Both
their
of them know.
bodies, so there's no trace. Yeah.
And then when it gets brought to light, it just ruins everyone's relationship with everyone.
Which is
Yeah,
why
exactly.
it's better to be silent about it and do it online.
Yeah, exactly. The anonymity.
No, that was a joke. But
Anonymity.
Anonymity.
And-
How do you say anonymous?
Anonymity.
Anonymity.
And anonymity.
Anonymity.
All right, we're just
Trevor,
embarrassing
how do you say it?
ourselves.
I can't. I can't right now.
I can't say it either. The anonymity. I don't even fucking. I don't know.
You're anonymous.
You're
The
anonymous.
animosity.
On the internet. The
All right,
animosity
yeah.
on the internet.
Yeah. Well, that's
There's a lot of that too.
Yeah.
Speaking of 4chan, do you hear about the Reddit thing?
Yes.
Oh,
That
is it-
was-
wait, which one?
Now that is an example.
So, no, well, I don't know if they know.
Is this the story? I think it is the CEO.
There's a
Yeah,
few
the new
stories.
CEO.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh shit, guy! I forgot to take show notes so we can't break them out. Break out the videos.
You'll have to look.
Nope,
you have to
you're
watch.
gonna watch the entire
you're gonna have
thing
to
and
watch
find
the
where the
video
topics
and then
split.
break it out yourself.
I don't think I'm gonna do that.
Well, I mean, you want to be a video editor.
Not really. I just want them edited.
Your career's dead, kid. No, but
Fine. That was like a Jim Carrey.
that was so uncomfortable.
Break that out.
That was so uncomfortable. All right, so.
Oh my
Anywho,
Wow.
that was better than those pictures of Brendan from the wedding.
No. The one of
All right.
It's the best. I love that picture so much.
Anyway,
So no, the Reddit thing. So there's a few stories from it. One of them
ahead.
was that the female who actually wasn't responsible for the popular moderator of the
female.
AMAs, the female CEO, I forget her name. I'm sorry. Random person. It's okay. I don't know any of the Reddit employees' names.
Her name was Ashley Madison. Ironically.
Ironically. So she got outed, not outed. She got kicked out because of the massive Reddit protest, which was because of one of the popular Reddit moderators who did all the AMAs with famous people on the internet and in real life got fired for some reason, but it wasn't even actually the CEO's decision. She wasn't responsible for it, but because of the internet being the internet, she was blamed and was then had to resign. The new CEO comes in. He was the previous CEO, right? Before she came in. I'm pretty sure he was like a top guy before she even became like the CEO.
Okay.
Something like that. So he comes in and he's like, he does this weird post, and I was like, all right, cool. Because he comes in and he's like, all right, guys, she was actually really being like, hey, we should provide, it's a kind of like a public domain almost. So, people think of Reddit as like this hub for anyone to do anything. And other people on the board of, for the Reddit was like, no, actually, places where it's like, oh, these people are collecting to talk about raping women. We should probably get rid of those. And he's like, watch out, because we're going to come after you now. Then all of a sudden, it turns out, no, we're we're just going to hide you from our advertisers and not put you on like any of the pages or anything. We're going to like put you on like a corner. But we're still going to let you do all of these horrible, terrible.
Yeah, he's trying to say it's like a slippery slope for the raping women like subreddit and the like
nothing else.
Just the terrible.
The barely legal subreddit or like jailbait subreddit.
Yeah.
The
probably
extremely
racist.
I saw a lot of racist like /R's or whatever it is.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
so lots of racism.
Oh, lots of racism.
Like all of those places. The CEO came in and it sounded like he's gonna like fucking get rid of them. And be like, no, actually, we don't have to give you anything. We're giving you the service, so you have to be not a shithead to use our forums and stuff. But it turns out, no, we're actually going to put you like in a corner and still let you do what you want. We're just going to ignore it.
We're gonna let you do exactly what you're doing, but this way we're gonna save ourselves so that we can get more advertisers because they just won't have to worry about being advertised on your pages.
Yeah, it's just it's
advertisers don't like to be associated with rape and racism.
It was really disappointing.
Rare fact.
Reddit, no voice acting. So it was just like it was really disappointing because I remember I was reading the Guardian story of like his post when he first showed up, and I was like, yes, like this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. And then it turns out, no, he's not. It's like when a president is running for office and he's like, oh, we're gonna do this, and everyone's like, yeah, it's gonna be great. And then he gets into office and he's like, well, politics is hard. And yeah, it is. But still, it's just kind of like sucky the way that it turned out. But yeah, that was like the Reddit thing recently, which is still developing somewhat, I think, because there was like a backlash to that backlash to the backlash. The internet. It's a great place. But yeah, so that was the Reddit thing. I don't know if there's any comments that you want to add on to our brief foray into the internet.
Yeah, I didn't really.
Does anybody here have a Reddit account?
No. Actually, wait, I do because of news.
I went on to Reddit for like 5 minutes and I was like, I don't know what this is.
I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
I
get all of.
This is not for me.
I get all of my Reddit stuff from Imgur. It's just
okay. Imgur.
I
say Imgur.
Well,
I hear it's actually pronounced Imager.
Rare fact.
That's what I've been told.
All right. Well, that's not how it's spelled.
Cameron, how do you pronounce
it?
Okay.
Huh? How do you pronounce Imgur?
Usually Imgur.
Imgur? Okay.
I was told it was pronounced Imager.
By who?
Somebody who's way more savvy with the internet than I am.
Oh, okay.
Do they understand Reddit?
Probably.
And the Google?
Do they know how Instagram works?
I assume they figured out both of those things.
Okay. Tell me how Instagram works. They haven't used that joke in a while. Game Over Greggy reference.
Which we're ruthlessly ripping off right now.
I mean, yeah. Well,
there's no gaming news right now.
No, there's nothing. There's like...
Is that true? Is it really?
There's probably stuff, but it's not interesting.
Probably some HD remasters.
That was like 2 weeks
CEO
ago.
died. We haven't talked about that.
Yeah, I know. And we never brought it up.
We'll talk about it. But
no, your topic's over.
That wasn't my topic. That was
They're all over.
That you stole from me.
Thank you.
My topic is
for watching
Iwata. No, I don't know. There's nothing to say. Like he's passed. Dead. I'm sorry. Like I'm sorry to the family. Like that sucks that you lost this person who was so fucking young. He was 55.
Yeah.
Like holy shit, sucks.
I wasn't like saying it was your fault.
No, I know.
I wasn't.
Steven, it's okay. Not many people blame you.
But no, so I don't know. How did you find out that Iwata was dead? Because I found out too.
I found out I was working at the pub, and some guy at the bar actually told me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was at work too, and my coworker said, "Hey, did you hear Iwata died?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird. It was like a very sudden sort of like, whoa. Like
Brendan's like, "I found out about 2 minutes ago when you brought it up."
I just start grossly sobbing on the show.
Yeah. No, I had no personal attachment to Iwata like a lot of people did. Because Nintendo was just not Like
Every time I play Kirby, I'll cry.
it's not my thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's not my thing either.
But he does sound like an amazing individual. Like when people talk about the things he did before he became president and even while he was president, like this guy sounds like a fucking Superman. Like he apparently like debugged Melee weeks before it came out.
Yeah.
Like just went through it and was like, all right, I'm gonna fix this stuff.
That's the weirdest thing about
what?
That's the weirdest thing about the Japanese like gaming celebrities, as opposed to like the
they're
American
rock
gaming.
stars.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like they are programmers.
Yeah.
Like it's like like Miyamoto and Iwata. It's just like two people who like designed video games.
They worked like side by side
Yeah.
on games, right?
Yeah, and and we love like Ken Levine, who I'm sure knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
At least a little bit, but he's mostly a writer.
Yeah.
Like that's his he's a writer and a director.
Yeah.
He didn't go in and be like, oh, there's this part in the Bioshock.
Tighten up the graphics on level 3.
Yeah.
That's not what he did.
Yeah. Also, one of the biggest, like, I remember when Nintendo was having financial troubles, instead of like cutting their wages, he cut his own salary.
Yeah, he cut his salary in half.
That's very typical of Japanese businessmen.
Is it?
Yeah. No, it's pretty common.
Huh.
PlayStation didn't.
No, I think it's pretty common, Steven.
Where's this?
No,
Well, it's very noble nonetheless.
Well, it is. No, because game companies don't do that. I mean, sure, Japanese companies do, but game companies, like, as far as our knowledge base goes, don't.
as far as like his fan base is concerned,
Companies in general doesn't.
EA would never do that.
No.
Ubisoft would
Yeah,
never.
no, that's why I said it's very Japanese. Like, just Japanese
But even Sony
businesses.
didn't.
Brendan, can't you just give him something?
But even the president of
Kazurai
Sony
did it.
Even the president of Sony wasn't like being like, "Oh man, the PlayStation division's not doing too well. I should cut my pay."
I'm not saying that it happens like every single time, but it's like pretty common.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, Iwata, I also don't have much attachment to Nintendo, but I was actually really sad to hear that because last I heard he was getting better. Which, like, who knows if that was actually the case?
Yeah.
You know, he stopped showing up at the, you know,
E3.
like E3 and like he missed a couple.
He missed
a
last
couple
year
things,
because he
right?
had the
He missed a couple
surgery.
directs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, it was one of those moments where I was like, I don't really care necessarily about your products, but like you gotta respect the guy.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it's just like one of these giant titans of game. Like if it weren't for him and a couple other people, the gaming industry would be completely different potentially from what it is now. And I guess it's just a sign of like the industry starting to actually grow, where we're starting to lose people. You know, does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Where it's like there hasn't been a whole lot of major deaths in the game industry,
Oh, no.
and I would argue that this is one of the biggest ones that has
I
happened.
can't think of
Like-
any other that's.
Like the other big ones are going to be like in the next decades or so, like Miyamoto, Kojima,
Koji is gone.
yeah, Igarashi.
When Kojima
like-
Kojima passes, I'm probably gonna believe it 2 years after he does, because I feel like he's just gonna pop out of a
he
box.
would be the one.
Yeah.
His death.
He would. That's the thing. Like, and
That man
I'm gonna
is
hit. I'm gonna
insane.
in like 20, 30 years, whenever he does, tragically pass away. I don't want to be the one on the IGN comments board, but I'm probably gonna be the one who's like, "Are we sure? Did anyone see the body?" and we all know it's not gonna be like he died of heart disease. It's gonna be like.
He fell in.
Kojima's son
disappeared at sea.
Kojima's son drove off a bridge on a motorcycle and vanished in midair.
Yeah.
It's like
The alien.
And so we don't know if he's dead, but he is just gone. He's just gone.
His plane disappeared over the ocean while he was traveling to Korea or something. It's just
Yeah.
he's risen
Did it?
from the grave, announcing Metal Gear Solid 6.
Oh my god. And thus it was said that Kojima-san would rise.
I'm the president
out
of
of the ocean
Konami.
onto the beach. So no, the only gaming news that I could find was Odin Sphere coming to Vita, PS3, and PS4.
Still kicking. Vita. It's
They
kicking.
We didn't have to go to the gaming news. I'm sorry to start this.
They're offering engraving in PlayStation Japan for the Vita. so you can send in your Vita to get engraved. So a lot of people are making jokes about like getting their thing engraved. Where it's
Oh no!
2012 to 2015 PlayStation.
Oh my god!
Like just engraved on the back. Like that's awesome. Oh man! And once somebody had tweeted out like a picture of like a potential engraving of being like Happy 10th anniversary PS Vita, and somebody's comment was like, yeah, if it makes 6 more years, if it lasts 6 more years, sure. So yeah, but that's funny. But no, Odin Sphere is a great PS2 game, which is like I have 2 PS2 classics, which is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and Odin Sphere. And I love Odin Sphere.
What is Odin Sphere? I've heard it before.
It's a 2D RPG by Vanillaware. They're the ones who do gorgeous 2D animated like of just like the
Muramasa.
They did Muramasa, which was a Wii game. Huh?
Ni no Kuni?
Level 5.
No, that was level 5. Yeah, they did White Knight Chronicles. not as good. Other than that, Journey came out recently, and there was this amazing treat by that game company where somebody had tweeted to ask PlayStation saying, hey, my cross save isn't working for, I have it on PS3, but it's not downloading on PS4. And Ask PlayStation responded saying, oh, it's not a cross-buy title. And that game company responded saying, I suggest that you speak to your supervisor about this issue before responding to any more questions on the subject. Like, you need some fucking hot pack for that.
I feel like they could have skipped the cross save because it's 2 hours. Like, oh no, I lost 30 minutes.
No. He meant to say cross-buy.
Okay.
No, like which it is cross-buy.
Yes. Yeah. He could not download it on his PS4, even though he already owned it on the PS3. Huh. And I saw that tweet. And I'm like, that's so good.
That's so good.
That's so good.
Yeah.
But other than that, there's not much. There's a new Dr. Seuss book that they discovered, and they're publishing it this week actually.
Huh.
Yeah, it was very interesting. I read the story it was New York Times. They had the story. It was very interesting, so you should read that. Shout out to New York Times. And then also I tweeted out.
It's actually called Horton Goes to Jail.
I heard a rumor or a mumbling that Chris Pratt was like rumored to be in the Indiana Jones movie, and I hadn't heard this before until it was brought up on the.
Wait, what?
I didn't hear this until it was brought up on the Game of Greggy show, but like there was a rumor about how Chris Pratt might be like Indiana Jones and like a new Indiana Jones film, and I'm like, that would be so good.
Okay, wait. So sarcastically, I was gonna say, oh my god, what if he's Indy's son? How stupid would that be? And then I remembered Indiana Jones 4.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Do it. He's too busy now with something
being a meme.
Yeah. No. Oh god, Chris Pratt as Indiana Jones.
He would be a good one.
Perfect.
Okay.
It's just Indiana Jones.
As a young Indy.
It doesn't just Indiana Jones. No, just Indiana Jones.
It seems almost too on the head. Like he already is Space Indiana Jones.
Well, yes, with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well,
which is why it's perfect.
He's not really Space Indy though.
It's a little bit more.
It's definitely goofier.
He's like Space
way goofier.
He's like like young Indy.
No, that's not canon. No, he's kind of Space Indy, but Indiana Jones as.
Let's be honest here. Space Indy is Han Solo.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's true.
Literally,
in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
Han Solo and Indy are the same character.
They're pretty much.
They're basically the same.
They are the same character.
Separated by time and space.
Yes. So I mean, yeah, if they
Chris Pratt as God, it would be so.
I mean, he also played Indiana Jones in Jurassic World.
Yeah, that's the thing. He already proved himself as a great
drama actor.
Yeah, in Jurassic World, which you still haven't seen, have you?
I have not.
That ending, man. We gotta talk about it sometime.
10 out of 10.
It's so good.
It's so dumb, but it's so good.
Are they really gonna do? Oh, they're doing it.
Yeah. Rare fact: the Tyrannosaurus was actually the Tyrannosaurus from the first Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Okay. See, now you're.
Was it really?
You're saying rare. You're saying rare fact, and then you're actually like following it up with facts instead of just garbage and trash.
Is that true? Wait, really?
Yeah,
how do you determine that it's the same dinosaur?
No, it's true. I don't know.
They look like the same dinosaur, but
it was all fucked up.
How did you know? They all.
I read it somewhere.
Don't they, Cameron?
On Reddit?
on the internet.
Oh, all right.
So probably on Reddit.
All right. Well, it's been fun.
Yeah.
You guys got anything else?
No. Nothing.
No. All right. Well,
not a goddamn thing.
Oh, my tire blew out, by the way, on my way home last night.
Oh, I was like, well.
Did you blame it on me?
No.
Did you scream to the heavens and say, "Curse you"?
No. So I'm driving my father's car.
Your father's car?
It's not his.
It's not really my dad.
My father's
My father's car.
Okay.
That's a Austin
My
Powers.
father's
It's an
car.
Austin Powers reference. You can follow us on Twitter. I am number 8 Axel.
I don't know why you would though.
Trevor is at Trev Tom. Cameron
Trev
is
underscore
on,
Tom.
All right. Trev underscore Tom. Cameron is on Instagram at CamTomp666.
Instacam.
Brendan
Was
is on.
6669.
Was Instacam taken?
No.
That would actually be a good one. You should check on that. You should check on that right now. Brendan is at Telescope Eyes, all one word, no space. You can follow Illustrious Magic at Illustrious Magi. I'm sure you're watching this on YouTube or listening to it on SoundCloud, so you already know where to find everything else.
You're watching this on YouTube as long as Brendan didn't fuck up.
That or he just had me do it because he just can't do anything.
Whoa.
I haven't even proven that I'm going to fail.
Do you even have a video editor software?
No.
All right.
That's
we
a start.
are
Step one.
All right. Thank you for watching.
some steps